Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us for another edition of the 6 p.m. news over the Camdis television. Let's begin right away with our headlines. Under the theme Administrative Authorities and Security Guidelines for End-of-Year Feast and Africa Cup of Nations Total Energies 2021, the second biannual governors meeting has opened in Yaoundé this Thursday, December 9th, 2021. As Cameroon joined the rest of the globe this Thursday, December 9, 2021, to commemorate the International National Anti-Corruption Day under the theme Journalism and the Fight Against Corruption being the watchdog, media professionals in Cameroon have been exhorted to play their role as the watchdogs of the society in the fight against corruption. The Minister of Sport and Physical Education, President of the Local Organizing Committee of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, Narcisse Moele Kombi, in the entourage of some members of government, 6 regional governors and some football legends, today Thursday, December 9, 2021, officially presented the tournament anthem and mascots. Those were our headlines. We'll be right back. As you heard in one of our headlines, the second biannual governors meeting has opened in Yaoundé this Thursday, December 9th, under the theme Administrative Authorities and Security Guidelines for End-of-Year Feast and Africa Cup of Nations Total Energies 2021. Our reporter Tabby Clarkson was at the opening ceremony and compiled the following report.
From north to south, from east to west, all the 10 regional governors have one thing in mind, that of safeguarding the lives of the people and their goods during Christmas, New Year festivities, and the African Cup of Nations.
The West region is faring well. We are preparing for the end-of-year festivities, as well as the African Cup of Nations. This is the first time that the West region will be involved. So we are so enthusiastic about it, and we are so mobilized to ensure that everything goes on hitch-free. The particularity with the West region is that it's not only the regional headquarters that is involved, but equally the entire region. So it is the entire region that is involved. And we need to know that the West region is a touristic destination. So the chiefs and everybody is mobilized to make sure that everything goes on well.
They are preparing for the AFCON, even if you are not directly concerned. We are not far from Bafoussam, where some team are going to play. Reason why we have taken necessary measures to prevent any security incident coming from us to disrupt the competition in Bafoussam.
We are preparing well. Everybody has to feel at ease at Douala, and we can say that those strategies are not common to people. We cannot say in a video what are we pretending to do, but we have already taken measures at that level. All the stations are secured, all the roads, the main roads are secured.
In the far north, the community conflict between the Arab Shuas and the Muslims is of concern, but things are gradually coming back to normalcy.
Security situation is back to normalcy. Garwa is one of the towns who have been chosen to host. So we have neighboring countries, Sudan, Chad, Mauritania, and Nigeria, who will pass through Fano region to go to Garwa.
The Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, did not fail to remind all those who have intentions to disrupt the AFCON that they will have to face the iron rod of justice.
And we have talked of Cameroonians being ambassadors. Ambassadors meaning that we have to give the best image possible That Cameroonians want a peaceful CAN and that they don't want disturbances, and that during the CAN, politicians should be reasonable. One politician said that he would fight and fight because he wants that the electoral code should be amended. And I said no. If you want to fight, you need to have parliamentarians, you need to have senators, you need to have mayors. If you don't have that representation, then you are not a politician who has anything to sell. But I said that we are prepared. We must respect public order.
The two-day governors' conference meeting will end on Friday.
Media professionals in Cameroon have been exhorted to play their role as the watchdogs of the society in the fight against corruption. The exhortation was made by the chairman of the National Anti-Corruption Commission, Dieudonné Massigams, this Thursday, December 9th, on the occasion of the International Anti-Corruption Day. Aizingonkum was present and compiled the following report.
As Cameroon joined the international community to commemorate the International Anti-Corruption Day this Thursday, 9th December 2021, the National Anti-Corruption Commission deemed it necessary to organize a seminar with media professionals in the country.
I think this seminar on improving our ability to bring our own input in the fight against corruption, it's a very worthy initiative. I think this will be reflected on the articles I will do, because my ability to do articles that denounce corruption.
The spur for journalists to carry out investigative journalism ontology of the profession.
It is for this reason that we carry out a campaign that if it is not yours, don't take, in the course of 2021. The campaign was targeted mostly schoolgoers, is intended to instill integrity in them. We hope that with the implication of media, parents and entire education family, our young one will indeed the virtue of honesty, respect, self-dignity and handwork as they grow up.
CONAC intends to intensify the fight in 2022.
The rapid result of initiative approach that targets the elimination of specific form of corruption in some structure will be reinforced, because we have noticed that it was not done last year, and should that this year we have to continue it. We pray that the coronavirus pandemic fully gets under control for outreach activities to regain their bloom, as we also intend to take CONAC activity to councils and chiefdoms. Our drive is to make the fight against corruption felt in at the grass.
The seminar was punctuated with some keynote presentations, questions and answer sessions that left participants hungry for more such seminars, as the media resolutely partners with the National Anti-Corruption Commission, CONAC, to kick the cankerworm out of the country.
Some 28 interns from the Yaoundé International School of Security Forces are in the Adamawa region. They went to acquire more about the reality on ground in security crisis management strategies. On the spot, they met with administrative and military and customs authorities. We have details in the following report. The first stop of the students on visit in the town of Ngaoundere was at the governor's service under the leadership of their director, Brigadier General Bitote Andre Patrice. At the heart of this meeting of give and take, the strategy for the management of security crisis by the administrative authorities.
It is a very good initiative which will allow the trainees to touch the local reality of law. We have therefore brought some elements of the crisis management which to do together with the administrative authority and the police force.
The Adamawa region, which has recently been exposed to multiple security crises, is a fertile ground for putting into practice the theoretical lessons received.
What we have learned can be a reality in the field by integrating all the actors, especially the administrative authority of the region, as regards our planning.
Main expectation at the end of this mission of study and information of the auditors of this great school to return better equipped with the practical knowledge acquired.
May this mission contribute to the training of our trainees to effectively give our learners a complete, rich and tense training which will allow them to return to their country in their current position of responsibility in the future to give the best tomorrow.
During their stay, they visited the installations of the Gendarmerie Legion, the BRIM, the customs sector and national security. They visit dinged with sharing but also a tourist hawk at the Lamidat of Ngaoundere, where the visit students were treated with abundant honor for their desire to serve the fatherland. The Minister of Italy to Cameroon, His Excellency Philippos Kamanka del Mugo, has expressed satisfaction with Cameroonians after taking up his function in the country. He was speaking during an audience granted him by the Minister of External Relations, Lojon Belambela, at his ministerial department. We have details with Bertrand Tita.
The growing, unperturbed, excellent and diversified cooperation ties that exist between Cameroon and Italy has been given a facelift through an audience granted to the new Italian ambassador to Cameroon, His Excellency Philippos Kamanka del Mugo, by the Minister of External Relations, Lojon Belambela.
Philippos Kamanka del Mugo, Ambassador d'Italie au Cameroun.
This was at his ministerial department on Wednesday, December 8, 2021. Just a month old in Cameroon, just a month old in the exercise of his duty in Cameroon, His Excellency Philippos Kamanka del Mugo is quite satisfied with the environment.
I am just focusing it, but I am especially passionate, touched by the people of experience, but also by the young people. The big interest to be an entrepreneur, to have undertaking, to share, to look also of what happens outside, to look for solutions, for partnership. This base, I mean the human capital, is it's a factor that could help very much this country, and it is precisely upon that I would like to try to be my mission.
Cameroon and Italy enjoy an important people-to-people cooperation, especially in the domains such as education, health, agriculture, trade and sport. His Excellency Philippos Kamanka del Mugo comes to replace Marco Romiti, who left the country months ago for another function.
Let's now take you to the west region of the country, where the local water supply in Jimum municipality in the Nun division of the country has been inaugurated. The inauguration was done by the Minister of Decentralization and Local Development, George Elanga Obam, during a solemn ceremony in the presence of the governor of the west region, Awa Fonka Augustine. We have details with Bertrand Tita.
Njimom municipality is located about 20 kilometers from the town of Art, where the Minister of Decentralization and Local Development, George Elanga Obam, pays a courtesy visit.
Le commandant local, la population de Njimom vous souhaite la bienvenue dans l'arrondissement de Njimom.
This is in a bid to improve the living condition of the population of the administrative unit, promote local development, and above all make decentralization effective. This is the main concern of the government of Cameroon, to give more powers to local authorities. The municipality of Njimom was created in 2007 with a land surface area of 980 kilometers square and has about 60,000 inhabitants. Njimom is one of the 9 subdivisions of the Nun division of West region of Cameroon. Minister George Elanga Obam will equally inaugurate the local community water project during his visit, before paying a courtesy visit to Sultan Nabil Njoya of Bamum. In the presence of the governor of the West region, Awa Fonka Augustine, the president of the West Regional Council, and the general manager of the Council Support Fund for Mutual Development, Fcfa, he was welcomed with a fantastical salute of guns. The minister will end his tour with a walking visit with municipal authorities of Fumban in the West region.
The Wombong community will this weekend organize a gathering aimed at bringing the Ndonga Mantung sons and daughters together, especially those affected by the Anglophone crisis. Let's now take a listen to the public relations officer of the Wombong Yaoundé branch in an excerpt carefully selected by Tabby Clarkson, speaking on the microphone of Frank Ebenist.
Well, the particularity about what we have this year is that we will not only be celebrating the Wombong culture as if we live independent of the other communities around us, but we'll be inviting other communities. It is important to note that the Wombong community located in the northwest of Cameroon is from Ndonga Mantung. And in Ndonga Mantung, we have so many, we have other tribes, like you have the Yamba, and we have the people from, like those from Messager and Ako. Yeah, you call them the Mbembes and the Fumtes. So people from that side, we've also invited them, and they will also be present. You have people like Sheyembe Jones, that's one of our elites. You have someone from Messager to like the Fukalistus. These are people that have really lived beyond community values, and they incarnate certain values in them that when we look at them, you discover that they have a way of teaching the people. Even silently, through the action, we learn so many things out of them. So the particularity this time around is that we have not only limited it within the women community or within the women people, but we have tried to open it up to embrace other cultures of the world. It will be also an occasion for people from our wing that we have invited, that at least the ceremony will not only be a matter of the women people, but it will be a matter of contributing to multiculturalism and living together that we are facing today as a reality that really needs to work on, so much that the peaceful coexistence can really be a walking, talking, and not simply a talking point without work or the practical part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, you're watching the 6 p.m. English news over the Republican television. Let's now talk religion, where the first African who doubles as a Cameroonian to be appointed bishop in the United States of America, His Lordship Jérôme Fejo, has expressed joy for his appointment and called on the Christian family to commit him in prayers in order for him to carry out his duty duty in serving God and man diligently. The man of God was speaking in Yaoundé during an audience granted by the Minister of External Relations, Lejeune Belambela, at his ministerial department. Bertrand Tuta was present. His report.
Appointed bishop on Tuesday, March 2nd by Pope Francis II, His Lordship Jerome Feggio is the Bishop of St. Thomas in the United States of America's Virgin Island. Before his appointment, he was a priest of the diocese, serving as Vicar General and Chancellor of the St. Peter and Paul Cathedral. To give back to his people, His Lordship Jerome Feggio was received in an audience by the Minister of External Relations, Lejeune Belambela, this Wednesday at his ministerial department. Excited being the first Cameroonian and black bishop in the United States, His Lordship Jerome Feggio could not hide his feelings.
I didn't know that I was the first Cameroonian bishop in the United States. I did not even know that I was the first African bishop in the United States of America. But following my nomination, I began to receive phone calls, and this is why I realized that this Cameroonian, is the first prelate in the United States. And following that, I realized that my mission has taken another proportion, so to speak. I'm now called to represent all the African Catholics in the United States, including Cameroonians, naturally. And my role is to make sure that I bring to the American Conference of Catholic Bishops their concerns.
Over close to 2 hours face-to-face discussion with the external relation boss, the man of God in his humility did not fail to ask the Christian family in Cameroon to commit him in prayers so that he can exercise his duty diligently.
I'm back home to ask for my family, to ask for my country, men and women, to pray for me so that since I'm playing this role now as an ambassador of Cameroon in the United States, that I be up to the task, that I carry out my duties in ways pleasing to God and in ways pleasing to the people here.
Aware that his function doesn't end in church or with Catholic Christians, His Lordship Jerome Feggio is equally tasked to be Cameroon ambassador wherever he goes.
Now let's talk sports, but we discover short where the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, President of the local organizing committee of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, Narcisse Moile Kombi, in the entourage of some members of government, 6 regional governors and some football legends, today, Thursday, December 9, 2021, officially presented the tournament anthem and mascot. The AFCON anthem, composed and performed by African Smile Collective, titled Passionate for Football, and the official mascot, Mola, made a mini tour in the city of Yaoundé. The mascot's next stop will be in Douala tomorrow, Friday, December 10th, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, that was it for news in the English language. But before we leave you, a recap of our major stories. Under the theme Administrative Authorities and Security Guidelines for End-of-Year Feast and Africa Cup of Nations Total Energies 2021, the second biannual governors meeting has opened in Yaoundé this Thursday, December 9th, 2021. As Cameroon joined the rest of the globe this Thursday, December 9th, 2021, to commemorate the International Anti-Corruption Day under the theme Journalism and the Fight Against Corruption being the watchdog, media professionals in Cameroon have been exhorted to play their role as the watchdogs of the society in the fight against corruption. The Minister of Sports and Physical Education, President of the Local Organizing Committee of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, Narcis Molekombi, in the entourage of some members of government, 6 regional governors and some football legends, today, Thursday, December 9, 2021, officially presented the tournament anthem and mascot. Desiree Trésor Bonnet will be with you when it's exactly 8 p.m. for news in the French language. But until then, do stay tuned in the company of interesting programs over the Republican television. Thanks for watching.